All right. Well, hey, everybody. Happy New Year. It is July the 7th, 2019, the very first call of the new seminar year that's coming up to Seminar 2020. That is pretty amazing. And I know that Mary Kay is thinking of all kind of ways to use the 2020 this year. I don't know what it all will be, but I'm excited to find out about it. And so what I wanted to do tonight is I want to go through, well, first of all, let me just say this. You guys rock the house at the end of the month. You know, we came on here for a few minutes and we were all jazzed up at 9 o'clock, but we had not finished our goals at 9 o'clock. So it took the next 4 hours to actually do it. And I'm telling you what, we are just so proud of everybody. You know, Jana won the cruise. I won the cruise. Laree won the cruise. Janet won the cruise. Veronica won the cruise. Is there anybody else? Am I missing anybody? I don't think so. Anyway, 300,000 for Jana, for Allison, for Steph. No, who was the other? I had three that I posted. Help me, Jana. It was you, Latrice, and we just had lots of new red jackets. I mean, it was just an exciting finish. Our unit finished $803,000 and some odd cents. And so we are super pumped that we won this prestige trip for the very first time. Best year we have ever had in our Mary Kay career, 30 years of being a director, and the best year we have ever had. So I'm so grateful. And, you know, the Lord has just blessed us. Don't y'all agree? This year is the Lord has blessed us. And, you know, some of you may have not actually reached the exact thing you wanted. You know, you may just have fell just a tiny bit short. And if you did, let me tell you something. Just because the seminar year ends on June 30th does not mean your Mary Kay career ended then, right? I mean, you keep going. The year before we did the trip, we missed the trip, but we did improve. And then the next year we blew it out of the water on the trip because it's the momentum year. Sometimes you have to have that year. So even if you didn't quite hit every single goal, I didn't either. Y'all know I've been talking about million for a whole solid year. And honestly, I thought we're going to do it. We're going to do million. I thought that back in January and then February. And then anyway, you know, we fell short, but I know had we not gone for a million, we would not have hit 800. I know that. And I'm proud that we hit 800. I know exactly why we didn't hit million. You know why? We didn't have enough unit members. Most $1 million directors have 350 unit members, 325, 350. And we ended up with about 250. And that is the only reason we didn't hit it is I just didn't have enough unit members. So I know that this year recruiting has got to go up. I know that. It's not like, oh my goodness, what happened? I'm just so shocked. I'm not shocked. I know exactly why it didn't happen. So you can probably look at your numbers and you can tell exactly where you landed and why you landed there. And it is not good or bad. It's just the facts. It's where you are with your team and it's where you are with your unit. And so, you know, you just look at it realistically, look at your numbers, go, okay, so I see I need to grow. I see my recruiting. I've got to work on that this year and, you know, make sure I'm always adding to the unit. Because if you don't, Mary Kay always said that you won't stay the number you are if you don't keep adding, because some are always, attrition is in every single company. So that is always going to happen. So anyway, I want to just celebrate, congratulate all of you that met your goal, that achieved something big. And I bet you every single one of you can write down something that you did good last year. And before you go to bed, that's what you need to do. You need to just write it down. You know, what did you achieve last year that ended June 30th? And what are you proud of yourself? And it may be that you just have 25 more customers than you did last year. It may be that you got on the Boss Babe call every single week. I don't know. But I know there's something to celebrate. Find it, celebrate yourself for that. And then it's a new year. Now here's what happened on July the 1st. That $800 was just like a cash register. And it went, bing, all clear. Choop, everybody went back down to zero on as far as their seminar year thing. Every $1 million director, every, you know, Cadillac director, everybody's went to zero as far as unit club. But guess what? People that recruited people, on July 1st, you did not lose one single recruit. Isn't that exciting? So whoever you have on your team, they're still on your team July the 1st. And so that is what's exciting for those of you that chose to add team members and work your business, not only selling, but recruiting. Now let me tell you what else didn't go away. Customers. You didn't lose any customers July the 1st. Isn't that exciting? So if you added 100 customers last year, maybe your goal was to add, 10 new customers, 8 or 10 new customers a month. So at the end of the year, you have 100 new customers, 120 new customers. July the 1st, you still got them. So even though we're starting over, we're not starting over with zero. Okay? So that's good news. So, sometimes you feel like, oh my gosh, now I'm already back to the starting block. You know what? Everybody's just on the same level. So you have what you have, and you're going to go with it. So what you want to do is take a minute and evaluate where you are, what you want to accomplish this in the next 6 months, and yes, seminar too. But I have found if you, let's say you're a consultant, and you go, I want to be in a red jacket by seminar next year. You're basically telling me, I do not want to work until June. I'm going to take 11 months off, and then in June, I'm going to start recruiting somebody, because it doesn't take 12 months to get in your red jacket, okay? We had 3 people, Heather Clark, Laura Swindle, and Linda Wingate, who all got in their red jacket on Sunday, June 30th. One day. One of them, Laura, got all 3 of hers in about 3 hours. So I'm just telling you, it's when you make up your mind that that's what you're going to do. And when you do that, you get it done. Now, so I want to tell you that. So, and here's the thing, and I'm not trying to say, if that's not what you want, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say, oh, I want to get my red jacket, and that's not even really what you want. You just want, maybe you want to build a customer base so that every single week you are selling products and you are making 50% commission. There is nothing wrong with that, you guys. There is nothing wrong with that. I did not become a director my first year in Mary Kay. I worked my business and sales for a couple of years, and do I wish I'd done it faster? Of course I do. But what I'm saying is I was the queen of sales of my unit. My first year and my second year and my third year till I became a sales director. So even though I didn't kind of realize the benefit of team building, I still made good money my first 3 years in the business. So I want y'all to think about that, is what really would you love to have? And one of the things that you can look at is how much money do you want to make? Because then you could say, all right, I can make this much through my sales, and I can make this much through the commission checks of my teammates. And set that number, because this is a real business and it can pay you real money that you can pay your real bills with, okay? Or you can take your money and do something fun with it. So you got to figure that out. But if you wait and see what happens, okay, let's say you go, this is what doesn't work. I want to be a star consultant. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm just going to sell and I'm going to order. And I mean, if I land there, I'll be so excited. That's just not how star consultant works. You got to set your mind, I'm going to be a star consultant. You need to go to the poster. You need to see what the prices are. You need to circle it. And then you figure out how you're going to do it with team building and sales. Then you're going to break it down week by week. If you have to, day by day, figure out what your wholesale needs to be, which is pretty easy. It's $600 a month. And then you're going to win the prizes from Mary Kay too. And then you could be a star consultant. And don't wait and see if you're going to be. Set your goal to be. I'm not going to wait to see if I become a national. I'm going to work towards it. So there's a big difference in that. And part of that mentality is that you don't want to put yourself under pressure, and you don't want to say you're going to do it and then not do it and feel guilty and feel like you were a loser. But it just doesn't work that way. There's nobody that accidentally won a car, accidentally the company called them and said, congratulations, you're a director. And they went, oh, I was in DI. I'm a director? I didn't even know that. It doesn't work that way. Okay. So, and by the way, let me backtrack and say we're excited we have a new DIQ, Selena Burgess. Bam. But you have to set your mind. Selena had to actually go to the computer, open up the resources, look into the DIQ program, and submit. I'm going for director in qualification. I'm going for directorship these next 1 to 3 months to get it done. Mary Kay is just not an accident. So I want you to decide, what are you going for? Pretend you have to send a commitment card to Mary Kay and tell them that's what you're doing. And then be serious about it, Let's talk about that cruise a minute. Now that cruise, we talked about it for 6 months, didn't we? And some of us want it in 2 months. Veronica, bam, done. Okay. And some of us piddled around and did other things and then wanted it a day. But we're all going on the cruise. But honestly, if you think about the time invested and how much you thought about it, if you would have just went ahead and did it in January, oh my goodness, think about what you had done. So I'm proud of every one of us. We're not going to get on the boat and ask people, what day did you win it? Who cares if you're going to get, if you're on it, right? Who cares what day you won the cruise? But for you guys, for right now, let's set a goal and let's decide what you're going to do and let's work toward that. So what I want to do is catch you up on about just because it's the new year, there's always some new things. And I just want to like kind of give you an overview of what Mary Kay has got going on right now so that you'll kind of feel like you're up to date. Okay. So first of all, the Foundation of You contest, where your customers can do on Instagram or on Instagram or on the online, and they can submit a picture of their face with Mary Kay Foundation with the name of the color and what makes them unique. That ends July the 11th, July the 11th. So that is this week, it ends, okay? So what you need to do is look back on everybody you facialed, and if they did not submit that picture yet, tell them to get up, put their makeup on in the morning with their Mary Kay Foundation, snap a selfie, and tell them how to do it. Because honestly, you will not win if no one enters under your name, right? And there's a lot of people entering. So, the details are on In Touch about that, but that does end July the 11th. And then they're going to announce the winner at the first day at seminar. So wouldn't that be exciting for you to find out you won another trip or won a trip to Santa Monica, California with your customer? So exciting. Okay, number 2. There was a little raise for senior directors. So this is an incentive for any directors to build offspring. Used to, it was your commission check was from 4 to 6%, and now it's 5 to 7%. And not only that, you added the executive level and above, you get paid 1 to 2% on your offspring, your second line, which we have never, ever in the company had that. If you're a consultant, you might not think that's a big fat deal, but let's say Loree, I'm looking at her, she's right there. Let's say Loree gets 5 offsprings. We're working toward national, but we're not there yet. Well, guess what? I'm going to support Loree. I'm going to support those offsprings. I'm going to work with them because as an executive senior sales director, I would get 1% of everything her offsprings did. If I'm an elite, which is 8 directors, I would get 2% off the second line. And that's a lot of money. There are some people that they're going to get some big fat raises this month because maybe they are too old to be a national, but they have second lines that have like 20 second line directors and they've never got paid on them before. So it's a very much enhanced to help it for any age, even if you're too old to become a national, because you have to become a national before you're 65 for the first tier or 70 for the second tier of retirement. But anyway, it gives an incentive to still build offsprings and to help your offsprings build offsprings. So they're trying to tie everything on teams of teams. Y'all see that? Like they're paying, the consultants $100 bonus to become a red jacket, which they put that back in there. So congratulations. And the Bestie program, they put that back in there until December. So that's exciting. The red jacket bonus is until the whole seminar year, and the Bestie bonus where you get 3 Bestie coupons is till December the 31st. So we're excited about that. We didn't know if they were going to put that back or not. A lot of times they do stuff, and then if it doesn't work that great, they just drop it. But we've taken advantage of that. So the other thing that I want to tell you, the directors that are on the line, or those of you thinking about becoming directors, is that used to, like when Veronica debuted as a director, I got a $500 bonus, which is amazing. But do you know that everybody that debuts as a director this year, the senior gets a $1,000 bonus? Thank you very much, Mary Kay. A $1,000 bonus. So that's a little incentive to help your people become sales directors. Isn't that awesome? Okay, you can do it challenge. Well, y'all know last year we had the You Hold the Key challenge. So we won these beautiful, key jewelry. We loved them every month. But that the guy RJ Garcia, it might be another initial, but R something Garcia. But anyway, he is, or Graciano, whatever his name is. You guys know him. I know I jacked that up pretty bad. Anyway, he's doing it again. So I think he did a fabulous job on the design of the prizes. And so the theme is called the You Can Do It Challenge. Instead of You Hold the Key Challenge, it's called You Can Do It Challenge. And every month there'll be something big. Like this month is Bee the Celebration. So it's going to be something that has a bee on it, a bumblebee, because that's the symbol of the company. Mary Kay always said that women are like bumblebees, that, you know, bumblebees should be able to fly with aerodynamically. Their wings are so thin, their bodies are big and fat. Not that we're big and fat, but they fly anyway. And they said women, you know, maybe people think we shouldn't be able to put God first, family second, career third, make an income, you know, and have it all, but we can, and we do it anyway. And we're like a bumblebee. So that's how she always said it. So the first one, and it's still the same, if you do a $600 order, the prize will be in your box when it comes in. And the first, and you can do 300, or you can do 100, 100, 100, 100, however you want to do it. As soon as you hit 6 in the month, it'll come in the last box that puts you over 6. So the first one is a necklace that has a beehive and a little bee on it. It's adorable. We're all going to want it. Okay. That's the first one. Okay. And so every month you want to do the consistency. And a lot of you did it every single month. And I think that is amazing. And that's really just making sure that you're selling about $300 a week. And some people that have a problem with money in their account and they just can't say, like, they spend it before they can do their order. You may need to be one that just does a $150 order every week. Every Friday you sell 300, you order 150. And at the end of the month, you'll have ordered 600. You may need to do that. Yeah, you got to pay shipping 4 times, but if that helps you win this bee and, you know, be consistent, then that may be how you can do it. If you're disciplined and you can kind of leave that money in there and place an order once a month, that's good too. So the next one is the number 4 is the Fall Consistency Challenge. And that's where you win the bee jewelry all 6 months of this first half of the seminar year, July through December. So 6 months in a row, you do a 600, and then you get a beautiful pair of Beehive earrings that look like a beehive with a bee inside. And they will be mailed to the consultants. For the directors, you'll get them at Leadership Conference. And for the directors, if you have at least 3 people who do it all 6 months, you get invited to the prize party, which is always amazing. You know, whatever they have, the leadership prize party. So that's the deal with that one. Okay, number 5, seminar. Seminar is coming up. A lot of y'all are going. Some of you are not. Did you know that if you're crying and you're like, I wish I'd have registered, I hate that I'm not going, you can still go. People register on site. It's not that big a deal. We got rooms. So if you're on here, maybe you signed up the last day of the month, you didn't know about seminar, you can still go and you can register on site. So talk with your sales director and we can give you all the information. There are always people that sign up in June 30th and go to seminar because they know that they want to be where the party's going to be at and they want that education, inspiration, and get the vision for the new year. Okay, so but for those of you that already are going, congratulations for investing in yourself and in your business. It's going to be amazing, and there's some big fat announcements going to come up. And yes, those of us that are at the last seminar, which are all the rubies, we'll hear about it before we get there, but we're still going to be excited. I'm going to try not to look at Facebook that much during that. I'm trying not to look at my news feed starting the 19th of July. I just don't want to see it. I don't know, wait, because we're all the way to the end of the month. Okay, number 6 is Leadership Conference. For those of you thinking about becoming a sales director, the Leadership Conference this year is in Orlando, Florida. And the dates are January the 12th through the 15th. And so, and what's cool about it is all seminars are going at the same time. So all the directors and all the nationals will all be there at the same time. Sometimes they split them up, but this year everybody's going to be together, which is so fun. You could go down there, you and your husband, and, you know, maybe take the kids and, you know, he could take them to play at Disney World while you're at the conference, or go down a couple of days early, or have them meet you when it's over. How exciting would that be? So I just want to go ahead and give you those dates up front. Okay, number 7. I don't know if any of you are aware, but Mary Kay has something called Beehive, Project Beehive Workshops. And there are 6 distribution centers, 5 or 6 in the United States. And ours, the one that I go to, is the Southern branch. But if you look under events, under In Touch, you see events, and then you'll see under the events column, it says Project Beehive. Click on it, click on your branch, and then you can see there's 4 or so workshops at that distribution center every single month. And so if you're within driving distance, I don't know where everybody lives, but all you have to do is register and go. And they have national sales directors, top sales directors and field support teaching these classes. And so they're pretty good. I've taught one myself up there, and I've went to two, and I've taught one. So I wanted you to be aware of that. If you live anywhere near those distribution centers, if you don't know where they are, go to In Touch, go to events, click on Project Beehive, and you can click on all the different ones, and it's where your products come from, so you probably know where it is. Okay, number 8, unit sales meetings. I'd like to ask every person on here to commit to this year to attend your weekly success meetings. There's several reasons to attend. Number 1, it's going to encourage you. Even if you have, Mary Kay Ash used to say, if you had a terrible week, you need the meeting. Let's say you sold nothing and everybody told you no. You really need to go to get yourself pumped up. But if you had an awesome week, then the meeting needs you, because they need to hear that you sold $1,000, and they need to hear that you had 10 bookings, and they need to see that you got 3 recruits, So either way, you need to go. And not only that, you commit that you're going to go this year, but you're going to commit that you're going to bring guests. Because sometimes someone may come to the meeting that never would be interested in becoming a team member. But then when they see the camaraderie, the support, all the sisterhood, the friendliness, they're like, this is what is missing in my life right here. And they sign up. People you never thought would sign up have signed up. That's happened to me. So I would just challenge you to start this month and go, you know what? And I'll tell you this, Mary Kay, I always refer to what Mary Kay used to teach us. She would say to tell your unit members to get on their calendar and commit to 13 weeks in a row without missing. 13 weeks in a row without missing a meeting. And that in their calendar, they're just going to go, okay, week 1, week 2, week 3, and give them a little prize if they have not missed 13 weeks in a row. And so that's what I'm going to do for my unit. Anyone that doesn't miss, we're going to start with this meeting that sticks in the start on the 8th. And if they don't miss 13 weeks in a row, then they're going to get a great prize for me. And so I would challenge you that. And you know why? Because it becomes a habit. And then it's like going to church. You don't get up on Sunday morning, those of us that go to church, you go, church. Don't want to go to church today. Those of us that go to church, we know church is Sunday morning. We get up. It's not like we have to be made to get up. It's a decision we made years ago in my youth. My parents made it for me first. And now you go to church. You go to church every single Sunday. So in your meetings, I know every single Monday I'm going to go to the meeting. I mean, as a director, I kind of have to, because I am the director and I have to do the meeting. Like teachers have to go to school, right? But consultants, we really try to put our time and our heart and do papers and do training and make it valuable for you. And we want you to feel like you gained something. But the meeting is always better when you have a few more people there. So you know what? I want to challenge you not only to commit to 13 weeks in a row, but I want to challenge you to bring one friend with you that is a consultant that has not been going. Call a friend. If you have a recruit, of course, that would be the one to call. But if you don't, call a sister consultant and say, hey, have you been going? Even if you haven't been going, say, have you been going to those meetings? Why don't we go? Let's go together. And you know what I used to do before I was a director? I would always go, and I would take people with me, and we would meet somewhere, because we all worked. So we get off work at 5, and I said, well, let's just meet. And I would wear or either change at my job and throw on my Mary Kay, and then we would meet about 45 minutes before the meeting, and we would have dessert or get a little snack or whatever, and I would interview my guests. I would interview the guests before the meeting, like go over the marketing plan, and then I wouldn't even ask for a decision. I would just, because I was kind of too scared to do it, I guess, I don't know, but I would interview her. Then we go to the meeting, she get facialed, and by the end of the meeting, she usually would sign up. Usually I could sign up at least one person every single week, because I would try to have 3 guests. That was my goal every single solitary week, is to have 3 women at the meeting. My goal was 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3 parties a week, $300 in sales a week, which would be a lot more now with 3 parties, but back then that was what we said. 3 interviews a week and 3 guests at my meeting. And I just had a little index card. And everywhere I looked, I had it on my bathroom mirror, I had it on my computer, I had it on the refrigerator, in my car, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. And I used to tell my friends and people I would meet that I said, I need your help. I need you to be a guest and go with me to my sales meeting and have a facial, because I can't go if I don't have a guest, and I can't miss. So I have to have you. Can you be my special guest? And then I would say that to 3 people to get those people there. And they would be like, and I'm like, it's really important that you actually come. I'm not just telling me you're going to come. And can you actually bring someone with you? And I mean, I would like, that was like my, start with about Friday. Now, during the week, I would book my parties and facials. But starting about Friday, Saturday, Sunday, my one and only goal was to, and Sunday night, was to make sure I had lined up some guests for the meeting on Monday. I mean, that I would do my weekly accomplishment sheet so I knew what I'd sold the week before. I would make my booking calls, make sure I had 3 bookings, and make sure I had 3 guests come in that meeting. And that's just, it was a simple plan. It wasn't, I mean, once I got them, I like moved on to the next thing I was trying to do. You know, so, but believe it or not, that's how I became a DIQ. It's how I won a car and then became a sales director. And because we had to do the car first. So it was really 8 months of qualification. And that's how I did it. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Because I knew I wanted to be a star. And plus in Mary Kay, back then the rules were different. And the director in qualification and the car winner had to do a 600 every month. So I knew I had to do that. I need to keep my sales up. So I just want y'all to think about the unit meetings. Okay, the next thing, number 9 is all-star consistency. The new quarter started June. The Star Consultant quarter started June the 16th. It ends on September the 15th. And so you'll, of course, want to do, if they all work together, you guys, the 3 plus 3 plus 3, the You Can Do It challenge with the 600 a month to get the jewelry. And if you do that, you're going to be a star consultant. So really, Mary Kay, they let us double dip all the time, right? I mean, honestly, if you know you're going to do that 600, then you know you're going to always be a star. And so if you're a star consultant, of course, you get to pick a prize. That's $1,800. Any Great Start qualified team members that have signed up during the quarter and do their Great Start qualification during the quarter, it bumps you up 600 points. And then also, if you do it 4 quarters in a row, all 4 quarters and not miss, you get the 5th prize if you go to seminar. And that's these beautiful Ted Baker bags. And those, they're so nice, you guys. They're anywhere from, you know, probably $100 bags to $350 bags, according to where you land on your points. So this is the month to do it. This is the quarter. This is the month not to miss. Get on, you know, get your 600 in so you can be on target. Make sure you're looking at your star. So because maybe you didn't order last month, so you're going to have to do your 600 this month, next month, and then another one before September the 15th. But you know, if you've been a Sapphire star last quarter, you don't want to do the same star. You got to be a ruby. You got to stretch yourself, you guys. Stretch yourself with your sales and with recruiting. I had the biggest prize I've ever gotten last quarter, and it was the $10,200 prize. That's off the chart. So I got to get that Yeti cooler, and then I got to get something in the $3,000 one. I've never had that big of a prize, but you know why? It was from recruiting. Sales too, but it was from recruiting. That's what bumped it on up there. So when you see those contests, don't think, well, I'd like to get that top prize, but I'll never get that high. Don't say that. You can get that high with recruiting too, you know, and they don't have to come in with a 600. They could just do a 225, and then as long as they do a 600 in the quarter, then that would bump you up. Okay, number 10. I just want to mention this. Mary Kay has a new credit card. I want to mention it because a lot of you may have the Mary Kay Chase Rewards card, the MK Rewards Visa. Okay, if you do, it's not a panic on that. It's still going to be good. You can still use it. And up until the end of the year, they're still going to honor the rewards with Mary Kay, 3% on Mary Kay purchases and 1% on everything else. Okay, and if you happen to have gotten it, you know, in June, they're going to honor the 0% financing for a year and all that. Now, in January, they're going to let you know if the rewards on that particular program with Mary Kay is going out, because Mary Kay has got a new bank they're working with. And I'm going to tell you why and what they're doing. It's a bank called First National, and it is still the same 0%, 12 months, you know, 0% interest for 12 months. You get $100 cash back on that card once you use it. I think you have to spend $300 on it or something. Still 3% cash back with Mary Kay, 1% on everything else, but they added one thing that's not on the other one, and it's 2% on gas, groceries, and your phone bill. 2% cash back on your gas, your groceries, and your phone bill. That's pretty awesome. So that's really the biggest difference. It's a cute card, you know, that's kind of cool too. If you're going to seminar, I'm sure there'll be a place for you to sign up if you want to do it at seminar, or if you already have it, if you want to apply now, bring it with you and you get free gifts. They're like awesome gifts usually too. So Chase won't be there this time, but the new one will. What's my plan? I went ahead and applied for it. Of course, I mean, I got it. And they don't give you instant credit right now. They just mail it to you. So that's the only thing. There's not instant approval, but they're working on that. I feel like that will come. And right now you can call them and they can expedite it and get it within 2 or 3 days. That's what they're saying. I don't have mine yet. I applied, I believe, on the 1st or 2nd. So I'll let y'all know how long it takes. They said it's 7 to 10 days. But anyway, but here's the thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel the other one, the Chase Visa. And now I got 0% financing. I mean, 0% interest for the first whole year and 3% cash back. So that's a no-brainer. Cancel one and go to that one, right? For the $100 and nothing else. You can apply for that online. Just go to InTouch and you'll see it. It actually has it under the news on the side. You can kind of see it. Okay, number 11. There's a new top director trip. So, you know, this year it was to Oahu in Hawaii, which is you fly into Honolulu, it's the Big Island. And then it was the second trip was to Lanai, the private island. So I can't wait to go. So this year it's to Scotland, and the prestige trip is to Ireland. And so I am over the moon excited about this trip. I just like cannot wait. I am so excited. So that's the top director trip. You may be a director and say, is there any way I could win that? Yes, there is, because there's people that come in and they become directors like in November and win that top director trip. You're already a director. You already got unit members. Yes, you can. There's charts, I believe I put it on the Boss Babe group, that show the increase of how if you just do, like, I believe it was like 7,000 this first month, and you increase every single month, that you can do it. So you won't start out at the 27,500. That's what it is per month to win the trip, but you will work up to it, and then you'll end up doing more at the end. So that's exciting. Okay. It is the 55th year of the pink Cadillac, so they really haven't told us anything yet. So I'm just thinking they're going to tell us something. I don't know what, and I might be wrong. But if I'm right, you'll know that I said it first, okay? I think they're going to say something at seminar. I think there's going to be something. I don't know what it is, so we'll see. It's going to be exciting. But even if they don't, it is the 55th year, and you just always want to win. There's a special little gift, I know, for Cadillac directors this year. Gosh, I can't remember what it is. I think it's a picture. I don't know. I hate to make up things in my mind, because I feel like it's a picture of Mary Kay or something, but there's some kind of something that you get with it. I saw it somewhere, but I can't remember what it is. But anyway, it's a good year to win a car. We don't know about all the other car programs. They'll be letting us know about, you know, if the Mini Cooper staying or going, or the Traverse and everything else. Sometimes they make those announcements in January, even, like, you know, at Leadership Conference like they did last year. So anyway, that's kind of the scoop of the new year, 2020 vision. And so I'm going to post something that I saw on another director site. In fact, I'm going to pull it up right now, and I want you to pick one of these. And you know, we have the B, and so let me just pull this up real quick. And I thought it was so cute, of like a level that you want to run in this year. And I want you to let your sales director know which one of these levels you want to run in, okay? And I will print this in the Voxer group too, okay? Okay, so the first one is the Queen Bee. Queen Bee, this is 2020, okay? Focus on 2020. So the first one is Queen Bee. This would be someone who would commit to doing 20 parties, 20 career chats, and $2,000 wholesale every month. And of course, if you do 20 parties, there's easy to do 20 career chats, because you could just interview your hostesses, right? And $2,000 a month is easy with 20 parties. That's just an average of selling $200. Yeah, $200 a party, but you know you'll sell more than that. So that's level 1. That's called the Queen Bee level. All right. Then level 2 is the Princess Bee level. All right. Princess Bee is 10 parties a month. That'll be like 2.5 a week. Okay, 10 parties a month, 10 career chats, and $1,000 wholesale. Okay, that's the princess fee. 10, 10, and 1,000. All right, then you got the busy bee. Busy bees are 5 parties a month, so like 1 a week and maybe 2 on a Saturday, right? On one of the weeks. 5 career chats, and sell 57 items for our 57th year, and do $657 wholesale, and then some. Okay, and then the baby bee is 2 parties a month, 2 career chats, sell 20 items, and do a $257 wholesale. Okay, I'll post this. But queen bee, princess bee, busy bee, baby bee. Guess what? Any bee is great. Doesn't matter what bee it is, right? Just be a bee. So I want you to think about this and what you think about it. And you know, people have different personalities. Some will be like, I'm going for the queen bee. And some will be like, I want to be a bee. I'm going to be the baby bee right now, but I'll change later after I do the baby bee 1 month. That's okay. You know what? I'm not going to slam anybody for telling me that they want to be a bee. I want them just to be somebody, okay? The no bee is not on there, which is no parties, no career chats, and no order. That's not on our list. This is the boss babes. So that call is not happening. That's another call that never gets a call. So we want you to be a bee. We want you to stretch, and if you hit 1, stretch to the next level. But our focus, we're saying 2020 vision. You know, my personal focus for our area is 2020 vision is to finish national sales director and get 15 sales directors in our area by June 30th. That's the goal. Okay, and so we have 5, so we'll need 15. I personally am going to commit to getting, 7 of those, and this year, 7 new directors, and then my offspring have to get at least 8. And so that will mean I'll have 12 first line and 8 second line. And so that is the goal. Now, how can you help with that? And your director has goals to move into Cadillac. We want every director in the Cadillac to get offsprings. We want every director to have an offspring and move up a level. So what can you do? Number 1, you can pick one of those little levels to work in. And because your sales count, because like to become a national area, our directors have to be in premier cars. We need 7 of them in premier cars out of the 20. And so that means not the first one, but it has to move up to that second level. And so 7 women. So if you're in a unit, which all of you are, except for the directors, right? You're in your own unit. Anytime you place an order, that helps your director. So even if you never want to become a director, you could commit to your B. That is big, and it's appreciated, and you will make money, which is really great. Okay, so that's the goal on there for us to each build our units up. Look for the leaders. The leaders rise. Usually there's 1 director of every 25 people in your unit. So if you got 50 unit members, there's at least 2 women there that probably would want to move up. You got to find them. Sometimes you have to call all 50 and go, are you the one? If you have a unit of 25, you at least got 1. Okay, so you may be that one in your unit. And if you are, maybe you've never told your director, but deep down in your heart, you see yourself in that director suit. You see yourself leading a team. You see yourself as a leader, you know, and maybe you've just been afraid to go for it, but maybe this is the year that you would call your director and say, you know what, I've never told you this, but I really do want to become a director. I know I don't have 1 single recruit, and I didn't even order last month, but I'm ready. It's a new year. That's what's so awesome. You can do that. But we don't know. Sometimes we assume you don't because you've never told us that. And, you know, we want to work with people that want to work. So if you would just reach out to your sales director tonight, if you're listening to this tonight, box her or text her and say, I want to commit to be, I'm going for Queen Bee, that's 2020 and 2,000 wholesale. Princess Bee, that's 10, 10, and 1,000 wholesale, which is, we call it Golden Girls. Busy Bee, 5 parties, 5 career chats, sell 57 items, and do a 657. And then Baby Bee, 2 parties, 2 career chats, sell 20 items, and do a 257. Which bee do you want to be? And then also, you know, if you would like to go for red jacket, or directorship. Because anywhere in between we can help you too. But we just kind of need to know your goals so that we know who to work with. And we want you to want to be wherever you want to be in the business. Okay. So it's great to be the queen of sales, and it's great to be the queen of sharing. And sometimes you're both. You might see my board back there. It's all erased. Y'all see that? Isn't that so nice? I know y'all look at my stuff and go, can't she have something better in the background? I'm going to change that because it's not, I just like my desk to look out instead of back to the wall. So, but I'm going to change it. Y'all going to see something different maybe next week. But anyway, so that's what I got for you guys today. Of course, set your goals for the National Court of Sales, National Court of Sharing, 40,000 retail, 24 qualified team members. There's a lot of you already have your goal sheet on that. Get your goal poster up and let's have a fantastic year. We're going to try the first few weeks, do some basic training in Mary Kay. And when I say basic, these next few weeks are going to be just reviews for some of you. It might be on image, booking, coaching, closing your parties. And I know you think, hey, you've already taught that. It's okay. We got new people. We're going to do it again. The more you hear it, the more you do it. Okay. And if you're somebody that already knows it, just think, this is going to be so easy when I become a director because I've heard this 750 times from Cleta. Right? Okay. So that's what we're going to kind of go for. I am going to let our directors, I know that they probably have something they'd like to share. I don't really care anything you like to share to these beautiful consultants that popped in. 24, this is pretty great because we don't even have Allison's unit, right? So 24 women have joined us tonight, plus our YouTubers. So I'm going to just kind of go with the women that I see at the top. So I'm going to start with Jana because you're right there.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So there's so many people to recognize. I had so many people doing so many awesome things this last month. And so y'all are everybody's getting recognition on our Jewels page. And so y'all know who you are. You're amazing. I love the way that everyone was pulling together at the end of the month. That was so powerful. And something that I've been talking to my unit a lot about right now is that right now, out of the gate, a lot of people, okay, so it's like, oh, okay, we raced and we crossed that finish line. Okay, so now it's time to take a deep breath. I need to reorganize my office. I need to clean my closets and da-da-da-da-da-da. But don't sit back. Right now is the time to book appointments. Book. Make a decision about what bee you want to be. I love that, Cleta. That was really powerful. So make a decision about that and get into action. I love that Voxer that you shared with us, Cleta. I think that you shared it with us. It was a national sales director that said, get your 10 booked right now. Yeah. So really get in the field, book the appointments, keep that momentum rolling. Okay. To keep it rolling, you got to stay in the field and stay booking those appointments because you can certainly win things at the finish line, but you know what? How would it feel to be done with Court of Sales or Court of Sharing by Christmas? Because that's exciting to me because then instead of being behind the gun, you're working for the throne. You're like, I'm working to be on that throne with, my national sales director or my senior sales director or whatever the case may be. So right now is the time. Strike while it's hot. Keep that momentum.
I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, Rosie.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I was taking a chance because I'm on my laptop tonight and I wanted to make sure you could hear me. I just wanted to say that I'm really, really excited about some of the new things that Mary Kay has come up with. And I love the idea that we start fresh. I didn't hit a lot of the goals I wanted to hit last year, but I know a lot of good things happen, and I know that we have the momentum going forward to hit some of those goals. And so I'm just really excited about it. One thing that my director always told me, if you're going to seminar, especially, make sure you have appointments booked for the week you get back because, you're going to kind of miss a few days there. And it's just really important to come back from seminar and be ready to go, not have to stop and make appointments. Have those appointments set in place so that you're ready to go for that time, that you're going to be gone because you're going to come home really pumped. And if you already have
wanted to share a couple of things that I shared with my unit a little bit earlier today in starting the new year. And, you know, like the goals and the queen bee and the baby bee, all those things, you do have to have really clearly defined goals starting out. Do your goal posters, make your visuals. That's what, as Lita was talking earlier, I was looking around my office and I'm like, oh, I've got to do a new goal poster. I've got to get myself ready for this new year. And then one of the things that I have found has really helped me and has really helped some of my people this year is being accountable. You know, we shy away from that because we don't want to admit we didn't do something, or you know, but that accountability really helps. It helps me, but it also has helped my people that have stepped up over the last 6 months, as I've had weekly calls, you know, just checkpoint calls. And so I feel confident that your director would welcome that. And so if you've got a goal, you know, hold yourself accountable with her for that goal. You know, she's not your boss, but she is your coach. And so we don't know what you're dealing with if you don't talk to us about it, but we also want to cheer you on as well. And sometimes you may be doing something that there's just a small tweak that we can hear in your voice or something. So open yourself up to that. And that's another thing that you can kind of change for this new year, to set your goals, but then also hold yourself accountable to those goals. Because if you do it on a weekly basis versus the whole month is rolled around, you can adjust a whole lot quicker and pivot just slightly to make yourself stay on course. And then the other thing that I had talked to my unit about earlier was, what is that one thing that holds you back from really having the success that you want? You know, take just a few moments and ponder that and figure out what that one thing is, and then do that thing. You know, if it's getting on the phone and doing booking calls that intimidates you, make yourself do that. You know, set yourself an appointment, a non-negotiable appointment every single week at the same time. That way you're not having to figure out the time. But just do that one thing. If it's, you know, that you're disorganized, your office is a mess, you know, take a 30-minute blitz, get that done, over with, and then just do the things you need to do each day to keep it that way. Whatever that thing is, do that thing and then overcome that, and then your results for this year will be a lot different than that. So that was my thoughts. Cleta, are you back now? We can't hear you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm going to go over here to, thank you, Loree and Rosie. Oh, wait a minute. To Miss Veronica. Found her right here. Okay, Veronica.
Well, thank you for the call, Cleta, and I'm just so ecstatic about going to seminar this year. As you know, this will be my first year, so I'm excited about meeting everybody there and just watching the process unroll, because I've never seen it before, but I'm told it's a sight to behold, so I'm very excited about that. And I'm also excited about helping my team set their goals. I know, Cleta, last week you shared with us a vision board, and I know I need to get started on mine. Like Loree just said, we need to hold ourselves accountable, and I really need to hold myself accountable with going ahead and crafting my vision board so that I can share that with my team, so that we all can set our goals. So that's something I'm looking forward to doing.
All right, awesome. And you know, Veronica, she finished so strong, and we're gonna have so many celebrations at seminar. The cheetahs, I mean, like, I hope our feet don't hurt, because we're gonna be up and down on the stage for all weekends. I mean, I'm so proud of you. Okay, let's see, Miss Sayla. Let me unmute you here. Okay, I think I got you set. Maybe. Hang on, let's see who I got. I think maybe I did somebody else. Just a minute. There you are. Sayla, try it now.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Yeah. Thank you for the call, Cleta. And I'm just so excited about our team victory and the year that we had last year. We became a new unit, and I am looking forward to this year. And really, it's such an honor to be around a group of women that are always forward thinking, and no matter what obstacles stand in any of our way, we encourage each other and really push forward, instead of in other situations where people just kind of gently let you off the hook. This situation is so good each Sunday night because we get to hear encouragement and really reset the goals and move forward. So I am looking forward to being one of those pink Cadillac drivers in this seminar year.
Okay, I think we might have lost her. Do y'all hear her? Anybody hear me? Anybody? Okay.
Thing about our business is we do not have territories, and so I live in Valdosta, but we have a place in Panama City Beach, and so I've traveled back and forth there. My mom lived there, and so I developed customers. And there was a lady down there that she has bought a lipstick from me on occasion, but she called me and said, "Hey, are you going to be in Panama City around the 4th of July? I would like to get with you. I need some skincare." And I said, "Sure." So on the morning of the 4th of July, I met with her. And in 1 hour, when I left there with a list of things that she had tried and wanted, her ticket was $532. And then she called me because she lives in Florida, but also in the New England area. And she said, "You know what?" She said, "I need another set for my house in New England." And so she's going to duplicate that same order, and I'm sending it to her next week. So some people might not have wanted to work on the 4th of July, but I chose to. And I am really excited that I did. She knows a lot of people in this community. And she said, "I'm just going to tell so many people about you," because I had a private consultation, and it was awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, it was really, really good.
How
Thank you.
fabulous is that? And boy, you're really setting that up to, it sounds like she's an influential woman. And so when she starts her own Mary Kay business, she's going to want to make sure that she has 2 sets of everything for everyone. Isn't that right?
That's right. That's right. Yes.
Sayla, way to set the example. And I know you're going to be in a Cadillac this year, and you're going to look sassy in that Cadillac.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're going to go ahead and end the call. Let me just say this. We'll just end with this. Think of your women like, think of your people like Sayla just thought about, and I want you to think about who in your circle is a woman of influence, and not maybe that you could even recruit. Don't even worry about that right now. But who is in your circle that you can pamper and facial, and she has a big mouth in a good way that she'll tell everybody. And like that people look up to her so that when she goes, "Oh, well, I use all Mary Kay," then her little hoity-toity friends, I'm not talking about Sayla's friends, but like her friends will go, "Oh, well, then I'll try it." Like if it's good enough for Susie Q, then it's good enough for me. Do y'all know what I mean? There's ladies that have that much influence. Maybe she is like, they have a big tennis, 25 people that play tennis every week. Maybe the main leader of that, or some other thing that look in your community. Who do you know that seems to be always in the paper, always in the social books, always in, like we had this magazine called Valdosta Scene, okay? Who's in the Thomasville, whatever, that if that lady was a customer, she would tell a bunch of people. Because I just think if you look for that woman and say, "You know what, I would love to pamper you. You are just such a leader in our community, and you do so much for so many people. And I really don't know you that well, but I'd love to get to know you and give you a facial and just pamper you and just get your opinion of our products." And she can either say yes or no. And if she says yes, she's going to love it. And she probably has the money to buy it, and then she will tell 10 of her friends, right? And you never know. She might end up being a team member one day. So, Sayla, thank you for sharing that story with that. Thank you all for calling in on the first Boss Babe call of the new year. We're going to have a great year. We're going to blow it out of the water. If we thought last year was good, this is going to be the good year. 2020 vision. All right, you guys, thank you so much for calling in tonight, and we will see y'all next week.